Hello, this is Simone. I am back with another Scale It Down video. It's a collaboration that I do with my friend Suzanna Lee, and we are talking scrapbooking in a traveler's notebook. Today, this is another Grab 5 video. We have invited Khristina, who is the owner of the Secret Not Secret Kit Club, to participate in this video with us, and she picked 5 things. She chose tags, she chose baker's twine, she chose puffy stickers, as well as pattern paper scraps. Is that 5 things? Oh no, and tiny word stickers. They are underneath my photo. And I'm very lucky she didn't pick sequins, because that's like the worst thing in the world. If anyone who is participating in Grab 5 is picking sequins, I'm out. Those are the 2 sheets that I really want to get rid of. I have had them in my scrap embellishment box forever, and those are just going afterwards. So here is the photo that I'm working with. It is from fall of 2016, and I got my hair cut, but it was cut way too short, and I felt like I just didn't like it. And now I'm thinking about the tags. The tags are from Pretty Little Studio. This one is from the free printable that is still available. If I know correctly, it is still available on the Pretty Little Studio website until April 3rd. But this is from the birthday printable, and I just had it there. I put everything that is left over from my embellishments and die cuts into one big box that I use for project life and for scrapbooking. And so it was in there, and so I pulled all the tags that were there out. So this is one of the printables. The one with the checkers is from the printables. Those pink and gray one, they were included in a die cut pack from Pretty Little Studio, and then there's 2 that came in the Day in the Life kit from Ali Edwards. But I guess I'm not really using them, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those tags. It's, you know me, there's a lot of white space in the photo, and what's the thing that I'm going to do when there's a lot of white space and I don't really know what to do, and I'm not really sure why there is so much white space? Yes, I'm going to fuzzy cut myself, which is old school to many of you who have been scrapbooking for a long time. I'm not as traumatized as you are because I didn't scrapbook at that time, so fuzzy cutting pictures is okay for me. So I actually finished this whole spread in 23 minutes because for 2 reasons. I was on a time issue here. I knew I didn't have enough time the next day to work on it, so I had to get it done, and my kids were coming back from school pretty soon. And also because I view traveler's notebooks as kind of a playground. It doesn't really matter if something doesn't go the way I imagine it to be. So I'm committing really quite fast to all the design decisions. Oh my gosh, that's a hard word. I'm committing to them quite fast because it's just why it's not going to be a masterpiece. I mean, yes, everything I do is a masterpiece, but you know what I mean. It's not worth my well, it is worth because it's documenting my life and my time, but it is, if I don't like it, I can just put it away. It's not taking up too much space. I can make so many more things, and if there is a really big story, which I often don't have in my traveler's notebook, it's just for fun to play around, a playground of sorts. I don't really care how many of those I make ever. So that's the approach that I'm having with these. And as you saw, I just looped in some baker's twine, and I really like when they are looped in and you tangle them, that I want to see the the one that goes across the. Oh, now I'm missing my words. Why is that so hard? So I wanted to have it showing a certain way, so I looped it in the other way. And I have been thinking about the adding another border, adding more paper to the left side of the spread. It is very heavy on the right, but the a full strip all the way down the page didn't really look right. So I decided I would just measure the height of the photo and tag cluster and then add a strip of paper to the left side that is the same height. So actually, what I'm basically doing is using a horizontal design on this page. And I'm just prolonging the or making it horizontal by adding those two strips over there. The title is going to be You and Me. Even though it's only me on the photo, I told you that I didn't like the haircut that I received. And yes, it's a photo of me, but that is not me. That is you. Someone else. You. Every time I looked into the mirror, I felt like, who is that girl? Well, who is that old lady? That's not me. The haircut just didn't reflect me, didn't reflect my personality. I had months, it took me months to finally be able to look into the mirror and not be, I'm not afraid or I wasn't, but it was like, whoops, that's me. Oh, right. Yeah. I got my haircut and I didn't like the haircut. That's how I felt every time I looked into the mirror. And so that's why I chose You and Me, because it's pink. I loved the word play, and that's actually the whole story. And that is what I'm going to add as a journaling later on. And as you can see, I still have the paper strip not attached to the background, so I'm creating this cluster all the while it's not attached. And so I'm using puffy stickers. I added a red flag. I thought it was even though it's more pinkish, it had a very heavy reddish feel to the right side of the photo or cluster spread. It's a spread. And so I liked this banner on top to balance it all out. I added a part of the tag behind my title. I really like having the red there. And then I'm adding all of those different phrase stickers. Not very many worked that well, I have to say. I found one that said, oh snap. I found one that said no. And then I was looking if I might be able to cut some apart, and that's what actually takes so long right now. I'm looking for, I found one that said something like woman, but then I didn't find one that said crazy woman or old woman or, yeah, playing off the fact that I felt when I looked into the mirror, the woman that looked at me was much older than the person that I actually am. I was 39 at that time. I'm only 41 right now. So for some people that's young, for some people that's old, depending on how old you are. Yeah, I'm moving off on a tangent. When I was younger, I never thought that I would still feel young at 41 and that I would still think about me growing up and possessing doing things when I'm old, because I thought that when I'm 41, I'm definitely old enough to do all those things. But obviously, I'm still not. I'm not old enough to have a haircut that looks like a little mushroom sitting on top of my head. Yeah. So that's what took me so much journaling, because I wrote it all down and I'm now over this. Well, not really. I haven't been to the hairdresser ever, or haven't gotten a haircut in the United States since. I took the chance when I went to visit my sister or my family at my sister's wedding. The day before the wedding, I went to get my haircut in Germany. Yep. It's that bad. It's a trauma. I'm traumatized. I didn't really like the way the page was floating, so I used just my pen and framed it with the pen, and then I added some scribbles to look like stitching. And I think I'm calling this layout done. No, I'm adding the date, and I'm only going to add, I was too lazy to look up the exact date, and it actually didn't matter. It was in September of 2016, and that is the full spread. Don't forget to check out Khristina's and Suzanna's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to play along with the Grab 5 challenge, don't forget to tag us on Instagram and use the hashtag Scale It Down Grab 5, I think. I will leave it in the description box below. See you next time. Bye.